Hello, hello, hello. It is Stephanie Deeds, your favorite realtor here at the Deeds Group at RE/MAX. And I have the pleasure today of standing inside of YogiCubs studio. YogiCubs because we're talking about yoga for kiddos, which I think, by the way, is a fantastic idea. And I'm here with the owner, Jessica Brewer. Jessica, thank you for letting me come in and check this place out.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so Jessica's been sharing with me a little bit about her business, and it's really a super cool program that she's got going on here. So I'm going to let you just tell us a little bit about what you offer, the different programs and different options, and what you do with the kiddos and all the good stuff. So give us a little elevator speech.
Okay. Well, put simply, we do yoga. We teach yoga in a way that's inviting and engaging for little kids. Our group classes for little kids include 30 minutes of yoga and then 30 minutes of arts and crafts. And in the yoga room, what we do is we get to know each other a little bit with introductions, and then we play some yoga games, we do a breathing activity, and then we do our yoga, usually using a story to kind of guide our flow and keep the little kids engaged. And then after a little shavasana, our little resting period where we all lay down on our mats and we focus on our breathing, we'll move over to the arts and crafts room and do a mindful crafting project.
Awesome.
In addition to that, we have Parents Night Out programs. So it's 2 Fridays a month. One of them is Fortnite. So for Fortnite, we focus on team building. So we do some team building activities. Of course, we have our little pizza party, and then we come out and work together to build a huge blanket fort. And then our other Parents Night Out option is called YogiCubs. And so after having pizza and talking a little bit, we work on 3 to 4 arts and crafts projects together.
Okay, awesome. So for Parents Night Out, you'll take kiddos up to 12, or do you have an age range on?
Parents Night Out is ages 5 and up.
5 and up, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I have 2 kids that are 5 and up, so I know what I'll be signing up for next
bring
month.
them over. We'll have fun.
I'm very excited about that. So we were talking before we were filming, actually, about some of the things that you do, and I think Jessica's got such a creative take on how we can get the mental, emotional, and physical benefits that yoga offers and teach them to kiddos. And she was talking about breathing exercises, and one of the things she mentioned was teaching them to pretend they're holding a cup of hot cocoa and deep breath in, and I'm gonna blow it out like I'm cooling the hot cocoa. And I just it's a way for kids to understand how to control their breath and things like that. I did giggle when you talked about passing a ball with your feet, in boat pose. I'm like, I'd like to see a group of adults do that.
It's fun for adults too.
So I think what you have here is a really creative thing. And we were talking about yoga in general. Tell me a little bit. We were talking about this earlier. How did you kind of come up with this idea? How did we get here to this beautiful studio that you have?
So I started practicing yoga as an adult, as a way to get some physical activity in without having to go and run around the block, because I just don't do cardio.
I don't love to run either, Jessica.
No,
I'm right
can't.
there with
I
you.
just can't. And so when I started practicing yoga regularly, I noticed that I was getting stronger and fitter. But on top of that, there were the mental benefits as well. Mm-hmm. So I just felt better about myself. I felt better about life. And I was thinking, hey, I have a little daughter. I want to bring this to her too, and there's no reason she can't start that at her age. Sure. So I started looking for programs, yoga programs for kids, and I found classes here and there, but I couldn't find something she could go to regularly. Mm-hmm. So I went and got some training myself, and I completed a kids yoga teacher training. I did a couple more, including Cosmic Kids, mm-hmm. and then I decided more kids need to experience this. This isn't just about her. So I decided to start teaching everybody.
Well, we all thank you for that. I really am excited to bring my kiddos to a couple of these classes, because I think to your point, the the mental benefits and the sort of calming. And I was joking with her earlier, I'm like, the Shavasana is my favorite part. So for those, and I'm acting like I do yoga all the time, but I do yoga probably like once a week. I've started a new kind of fitness program thing, and so I'm doing it about once a week. And the Shavasana, if you don't know, is the part where you just kind of get to lay down at the end, palms up, and just really kind of like, you know, breathe and relax and whatever. There's probably a much better definition for Shavasana, but for me, it's like, let me just sit here for a minute. Like,
oh, that's perfect.
And so, I'd like to see 3-year-olds do that, but I'm sure they last a couple of seconds.
It looks a little different for 3-year-olds,
right.
But no, you can usually get, a little bit, maybe 10 to 15 seconds of quiet. And then you start hearing some giggles and things, but as long as they get that little experience, and we use a couple techniques to try to help them get into it. Cool. So that's our gratitude tree. Moment at the beginning of the class to write something that we're thankful for, and then they get to add it to the tree.
Perfect. Oh, before I forget, she has some really cool like sensory type of play objects within the center as well. So like there's some tiles that we can walk on that like, move with your feet and stuff. And I think some of your arts and crafts activities and even I think she's building a room right now that's kind of a sensory room. So many benefits here inside of this studio. Is there anything else you want to share with us about your business before we go?
I did forget to mention a couple of different class options that we have. I just thought of it because you were talking about adults passing the ball with their feet. So we do offer private family yoga sessions where you can come and practice as a family. Since this is involving little kids, so the yoga itself is still very kid-focused, but the parents get involved too, and we do lots of group poses and activities like the ball pass, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun way to bond. Just one thing to keep in mind is it's not going to be the yoga experience you expect with, quiet.
It will not be relaxing.
No, we're having a good time.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, those of you out there watching, I encourage you to, you have a website, YogiCubs.com, and we'll put all of Jessica's contact information, email and phone number and stuff as a comment or link on this video so that you can get in touch and get some more information from her. Check this out because she's got some really, really cool stuff going on here, and the parents' night out and the regular classes, you can, she was telling me earlier, you can buy single classes or you can pay monthly and come on a regular basis, kind of whatever works for you. So I encourage you to check it out. It's just a really neat studio, and I think a really good benefit for kids, especially I think the age range that you deal with the most. Teaching our kiddos how to calm down and how to kind of control emotions and reactions and things like that. My daughter is 8, and I joke with her. I get upset with her sometimes too. I'm like, okay, your reaction to this is not appropriate. Yes. Like what just happened is not equal to the reaction that came out of it, right? So I think this is probably a great tool for helping kids control, and not control, but manage emotions.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So check Jessica and her YogiCubs studio out, and also, as usual, if you have any questions about the real estate market or anything else that we are doing here at the Deeds Group, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great weekend.